Hey guys, so today we'll be learning how to order a set of real numbers. This hopefully should be easy to follow. If you have any questions at the end of the lesson, please contact me. Now, the essential question today is how do you order a set of real numbers? So this is what you need to know how to answer at the end of this lesson. Today's topic and objective will be to order a set of real numbers arising from mathematical and real-world contexts. All right. Again, make sure that you are taking notes. All right, so to order a set of real numbers, convert all numbers into the same form. Now, it is easiest to put the numbers in decimal form. So that is the easiest way to order numbers. Now, what I mean from ordering, it means from least to greatest or greatest to least. You will also see words such as ascending or descending. If you recall, lesson number 1, we review how to put fractions in decimal form. We divide the top by the bottom. So if you remember, top in, bottom out, or the top goes inside the house, hopefully you recall from the first lesson. Now, a mixed number. If you remember a mixed number, now we're not going to do this what it says right here. If you remember, a mixed number is a number that has a whole number and a fraction. Now, to convert a mixed number into a decimal, remember you take the whole number first. You write it in front of the decimal, and then all you have to do is convert this into a decimal. So 1 divided by 2 will be 0.5. So if you have a mixed number, you take the whole number in front of the decimal, and all you do is convert that fraction into the decimal. To convert a percent into a decimal, you move the decimal 0.2 spaces to the left. 2 spaces to the left. Now you can do that. So if you have if you have 0.25%, you move 2 places to the left. Now what I like to do is take that percent and divide it by 100, and then you will still get your decimal. I think that is the easiest way to do. So if you have 25%, all you do is divide it by 100 to get your decimal. Now this is very helpful, especially for numbers such as if you have what if you have 35.2%? What do you do there? Now, yes, if you're familiar, you can still move your decimal 2 places to the left. So it means a decimal, you move 2 places to the left. But like I said, I like to use divided by 100 so you know for sure what you need to get. So you take your decimal, your percent divided by 100, and that is the decimal. 0.352, 352 thousandths. All right, let's go ahead and get moving. Now, the question number 1, so this is example number 1 that we're going to do. It says 4 people have found the distance in kilometers across a canyon. Put the distances in descending order. Now, what is descending? Descending, for you to remember it, I like to use the letter D. So descending for down. It's going down. What does that mean? From the top to the bottom. So from greatest to least. So from the biggest number to the smallest number, descending order, going down from greatest to least. All right, so the first thing that we have to do, if we go back to here, it is easiest to put the numbers in decimal form. So we're going to put all these numbers in decimal form. So square root of 28 And again, you will need your calculator. Second, if you don't remember where your square root is, second, and then you press this one, square root of 28 is approximately 5.29. So let's go ahead and take the first two numbers after the decimal. 5.29. 23 divided by 4. So we have 23 divided by 4. We have 5.75. Now first, I'm converting them all into fractions, and then I will tell you what to do for the next step. Here we have 5.5 repeating. Do we have to do anything with that one? No, it's already in decimal form. Here we have a mixed number, correct? We have a mixed number, so we have 5 is our whole number, so we put it in the front and we convert a half. If you don't know what a half is, it is half 0.5. If I double check on my calculator, 0.5. Alright, so half is 0.5. Now, the next step that you want to do, and this is very, very important to follow. So again, first step is to convert all your numbers into decimal. Second step that you want to do is align all your decimals. What does that mean? You put all your decimals in a line. Well, how many numbers do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means we are going to align 4 decimals. That means put them in a line. My first number is 5.29. My second number is 575. My third number is 5.5 repeating, and my fourth number is 5.5. Now, so that is the second step. So first step, turn them into decimals. Second step, make sure that you align your decimals. Third step is you are to fill in any missing gaps, any missing spaces. So if you recall from the first lesson, I said in order for you to compare numbers, you have to have the same amount of numbers after the decimal. So here we have 2, but here we only have 1. Now, here it says 5 is being repeating. So what can I do here? I can put another 5 because it's just 5 being repeated. Now on the next one, there's no repeating sign, so it is just a 0. Now we can compare numbers. So we have 5.229, 5.75, 5.55, 5.50. It is looking first for the greatest number. So looking at these, what is the greatest number? Now we cannot compare the 5. Let's go ahead and compare these right here. The greatest number is 7. So this will be my greatest number. After the 7, we have 5, we have a 5, 55, or a 50. Which one is my greatest number? 55. Then we have 50, and my smallest number will be 5.29. Now, in order for you to put them in descending order, you have to place them in the original form. So first, we're looking for the greatest number. My greatest number was 5.75, so the first number is 23/4. Then my next number was 5.55, 5.5 repeating. My next number was Jackson, so 5.5. And then my last number was square root of 28. So we put the distances in descending order and we put them back in their original form. Alright, so again, let me repeat the steps. Now, if you want to write them on a separate sheet of paper, I have here. And this is what I like to do. If you follow this, you should be fine. Steps for ordering numbers. So first, convert to decimals. So convert to decimal. Next, you want to align your decimals. All right, third step is to fill in any spaces. Now it can either be with zeros or if it repeats, then a repeating number. And the last step is to go back, read your question, and compare. So you will compare what is it looking for first, the greatest to least or the least to greatest. So if you need to copy down those steps, please, you can just stop the video and please copy down those steps. Convert to decimal, align your decimals, fill in any spaces, read the question, and compare. All right, let's go back here. So now we have ascending order, question number 2. Now you can definitely stop the video and try to do it yourself. You can, like I said, pause the video. Now, ascending order, what is ascending? So ascending means what? Ascending means from least to greatest. So from small to big. So now we're going to do from small to big. Now I'm going to erase here so I can have space to write. So ascending means from small to big. So what is the first step again? We are to convert these into decimal form. So first we have square root of 8. Square root of 8. Second squared is 8. Enter. That gives me approximately 2.82. And we're going to take the first 2 after the decimal. It doesn't tell us what to take, but that's what I'm going to take. So the first one is approximately 2.82. So 2.82. The next one looks like it's already in a decimal form. The following one just says a 3. Can we convert that into a decimal? No, it is already a whole number. Then the last one is 9 divided by 4. So it is a fraction, so we divide 9 divided by 4. So 2.25. 2.25. All right, 2.25. Next step, so we converted into decimal. Next step is to what? Align your decimals. Align your decimals. So the first one that we have is 2.82. Next one that we have is a negative 3.75. The next one that we have is a 3. Now this is a whole number. Where is the decimal? Now if it is a whole number, the decimal is always at the end. If it is a whole number, the decimal is always at the end. So think about if you have $3. Well, you have $3.00. That's what it means. So $3.00. So if you have a whole number, the decimal goes at the end. Then the last one we have 2.25. All right, next step is to fill in any spaces. We have 2 numbers here, 2 numbers here, 2 numbers here. We have spaces here, so let's go ahead and fill them up with zeros. And the last step is to go back to read your question. It's asking for ascending order. It's asking from smallest to biggest. And now we're going to compare. Now we do have a negative. Negative is always smaller than your positive, so this will be my smallest number. After that, we have 282, 300, 225. So which one will be my smallest? Now the way that you can compare is you can go number by number. We have 2, 3, and 2. Which one is my smallest? 2 and 2. Well, those are the same, so we move on to the next one. 8 and 2. So which one is my smallest? 2 is my smallest, so that is my next number. And the last one is the 3. All right, so now in order to put them back in ascending order, we will order them in the original form. So the smallest one is negative 3.75. The next one we have 2.25, and that was our fraction, so I will put it in the original form. The next one that we had was 2.82, and that was the square root of 8. And the last one was 3. So I went ahead and put them in the original form. All right, so I do want you to try the next two. Please try the next two. Pause the video, try number 3, and try number 4. Guys, make sure that you are pausing in order to practice. This is the only way that you will get to practice and see if you are understanding how to do this. All right. Number 3, it says order the numbers from least to greatest, from least to greatest. So same thing, we are going to follow our steps. First step is to convert to decimals. We have square root of 7 is approximately 2.64. So square root of 7 is approximately 2.64. We have a whole number here, so we don't do anything to it. Oh, look at this next one. How do we put that one on the calculator? Square root of 8. Do you know what a square root of 8 is? And then it says divided by 2. Well, the way that you can do this on the calculator is you can do square root of 8. Now, let me ask you this question. Is the square root on the 2 as well? Can I just say square root of 8 divided by 2? Look at this. What is going on? Square root is on the radical sign is also on the 2. Is that what is happening here? No. You have to be careful. If I do this, I get a 2. The square root of 8 only, then you have to click on the right arrow to get out. So square root of 8 divided by 2, enter. So now we have approximately 1.41. You see how it is different answers. So you have to get out from the little radical sign and then divided by 2. So approximately 1.41. All right, so next step is to align the decimals. We only have 3 numbers here. I'm going to align them here. We have 2.64. We have the number 2. Now it is a whole number, so where is the decimal on a whole number? It is always at the end. And the last number is 1.41. All right, next step is to fill in any gaps. Last step, read your question. It says least to greatest, so from smallest to biggest. So look at that first number. Which one is the smallest? So 1 is my smallest. Here they're the same, so move on to the next number. Which one is my smallest? 0 will be my smallest. All right, so now we have our least to greatest. Now we can order them. And again, we will place them in the original form. So my first number is 1.41. My original form was square root of 8 over 2. Number 2 is just a number 2. And the last number, our biggest number, was 2.64, and that was square root of 7. Square root of 7. All right. Next one, greatest to least. Greatest to least. And again, guys, this is all it's about on the questions. You need to learn how to order them, how to convert them into decimals. Make sure you are following the steps that I told you. Make sure that you convert them into decimals first. Make sure that you align the decimals. Fill in any gaps. Make sure you reread the question so you don't get it wrong. You don't get it wrong, and then you either order them, compare them from least to greatest or greatest to least. All right, let's go ahead and try the next one. And I will make these the last one for us to try. So convert them all into decimals. So the first one is approximately 14.83 square root of 100. I hope we know that 10 times 10 is 100. Well, this was fairly easy. Now we're going to compare. We're going to align them in decimal, align the decimals. 14.83, we have negative 10. Again, there is no decimal, so the decimal is at the end. We have a 10. A whole number, the decimal is at the end. And then we have 11.5. Make sure next step is to fill in the gaps. We have 0, 0, 0, 0, and a 0. So two numbers, two numbers, two numbers, two numbers. All right. Next step is to reread the question. It says from greatest to least. So from my biggest to my smallest one. It looks like my biggest one is what? 14. And then the next biggest one is 11. Then we have a negative and a positive. Yes, my positive is bigger than my negative. And then we will order them in the original form. So 11.5 square root of 100 and negative 10. All right. Now, I do want to go over this one more. This one right here, all you are doing is comparing. So you will convert this into a decimal and then you compare. Again, this is less than, greater than. The way that I like to remember is that the little mouth, kind of like a Pac-Man, eats the biggest one. All right, so think about that. It will eat the biggest one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do number one only. The rest of the questions are just basically repeating. We've done those before. It's just ordering from least to greatest or from greatest to least. At this point, you should hopefully have written down your steps for ordering your numbers. So I just want to go over that one question before I let you go. All right. So square root of 2. We have square root of 2. And it says plus 4. Now, is the little radical sign on top of this? No, it's not. So you need to get out, press the right arrow, then plus 4. Then we have approximately 5.41. And then the next one says 2 plus square root of 4. Enter. We just have 4. All right, so which one would be bigger? Now, of course, you can also line up those decimals and compare. Right, whole number, decimal at the end, 0, 0. Which one is bigger? 5.41, so it's gonna eat the 5.41. All right, guys, that is it for this lesson. I really hope that you have practice. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, make sure that you write down your steps. These are the steps that I want you to follow to order your numbers. Number 1, convert to decimal. Number 2, align your decimals. Number 3, fill in any spaces. So any gaps, you may add the 0 or the repeating number. Number 4, make sure that you are rereading your question in order for you to compare. And then you compare, either it's from greatest to least or from least to greatest. Descending is from greatest to least. Ascending is from least to greatest. Thank you, guys.